Hey, it's me, Jimmy D, and welcome to the first ever retro review. This is a new series for the channel where we go back to old classic movies and we take a look back at them, do they hold up, and a bunch more like that. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're going to do one retro review a week, and we have a bunch of other series that we cover on this channel. So hope you join us. I'm going to pass this off to Aly because this
Terrified.
is one of her franchise. She is an expert on this franchise.
Right.
So I'm not. So Aly, take it away.
So uh, in this video, if you can't tell by the thumbnail or the title, then I'm sorry. You must not understand. I don't know. But we're covering Alien, the first movie. Not the whole franchise, just the very first movie that was made.
1979.
Thank you. Somebody knows their dates. I don't.
I did research.
You did research?
Yeah.
Sweet. That's way better than me. I did not do research. Um, and if you've ever seen the movie, I mean, it's a classic sci-fi tale. You've got some of the most iconic scenes, like the chest burster scene. Um, Ripley being one of the most badass characters you could possibly have. Um, and also, it set a lot for the movie industry going forth, and what characters were I like needed to happen. So it really set forth for females in the industry. But I'm mainly curious, Jimmy. What are your thoughts on it? I know you've never seen the movie. I've seen the movie a dozen times.
So, just for context, I thought I had seen the movie until we started watching it, and I realized I've really only seen the chest burster scene, and then I've seen like the some of the other Alien movies. I just had not seen the first one. So there's a lot of things that I really enjoy about this movie. One being Ripley, just hands down amazing character. Um, Also the cat. I at first I thought the cat was kind of dumb, but
How dare
like,
you do that to poor Jonesy?
well, you just got to think. Like, I thought the cat was kind of dumb because it's gonna make so many people die, and the cat did make so many people die. But
uh, their own fault.
yes,
Yeah.
at their own fault. But it gives the movie sort of this. It's not quite a MacGuffin, but the cat is always somewhere around the alien and the cause of what's about to happen.
How
Um,
dare you accuse Jonesy of such things?
but that's just how it is, and it is entertaining. Another thing, the aesthetics. Um, the movie feels dated and like really futuristic at the exact same time, and it's odd because like everything's like almost 80s quality computers and everything, but for some reason it still feels futuristic, and like it holds up. It definitely holds up surprisingly, especially because I'm a lot used to the newer movies with all the fancy like hologram computers and everything like that. But I just something about it really stuck with me, and I really did enjoy it. Now, Aly, let me ask you this question. After you do love the movie,
I'm highly biased. Yes, it's
yes,
one of my favorite
but
franchises.
because you're biased, let me ask you this question: was there anything in this movie that you feel like is a flaw, or they could do better?
More character development, maybe. Um,
Yeah,
Not that they like the characters were good, and Ripley was the one that is the only character that matters. But the character development was you didn't really get who was who, really.
No, no, and I was about to say that you don't see who's who. Um,
Yeah, if you've seen the franchise and you've read up and you've done all the lore and stuff, then you know who is who. But if you don't know that and you're a brand new viewer and you watch this, you're like, what is happening?
like
Um,
not like when your characters don't have development to the point that they didn't have a lot of development here, you really don't remember their names. You just know actions they did or qualities
yeah,
they have.
yeah. Um, and like also with like the synthetic thought, like that's a pretty big part of the Alien franchise in general, and it was kind of like if they didn't say anything, you'd be like, "Why is that man just bleeding white? Like, what is this?"
I thought the man
It
was
doesn't
spit
make
out
any.
blood. I mean, milk.
Yeah, yeah. It makes not a lot of sense. Um, and also, I mean, it's just on the franchise on a whole. They've always been kind of obscure with their lore.
Hmm.
Um, it makes you really have to dive deep into like reading the books and watching all these videos and reading up and like watching everything in order to understand exactly what's happening, because it is very complex,
Very,
but it doesn't seem like it is.
very much so. And I think what helped you a lot, because you're a fan of the franchise and you've seen all of them and you know what order they're technically supposed to be in, that does it seemed to help you a lot better during different moments, especially the beginning of the movie,
Oh
because
yeah, like you can like figure out what's going on.
you can figure out what's going on, you can figure out different things. Um, with me, like I understood certain things, like I've seen Prometheus and everything, so like I could say, hey, isn't that from there? And you would agree, and it's interesting, but from someone who had not, if I hadn't seen any of the alien stuff, the beginning of this movie would feel a bit slow.
It is definitely a bit slow. It definitely drags on in the beginning. I thought that too. Like watching it with you, I was like, I don't remember the beginning being so slow. Like, felt like it happened faster than this, but I mean, it was. I mean, it was trying to build up,
Yes, but like
trying.
as soon as the chest burster happens, like they skipped like they hit the times 10 button because it picked up so quickly that people were dead before I even realized. Um,
Yeah, and it
and
was only one.
yeah,
It wasn't like in some of the other franchise movies where you've seen multiple.
yeah,
You know that there's only one that's on the spaceship with them, and it's causing this much chaos.
yeah. Um, and characters made decisions that were not the brightest. And to be honest, anyone
Yeah.
with common sense would not have done that. But
Ripley was the only one with common
yeah,
sense.
Ripley was the only one with common sense. And to be honest, like knowing where the franchise goes, I understand why they started here. But at the same time,
But initially wasn't supposed to branch off. This was
exactly.
supposed to be a one-time thing. And it just became massively popular that they decided to keep going with the franchise.
Well, the suspense in that this movie has is top notch. Um,
Oh, even the prosthetics to
yes,
this day are some of the best prosthetics we've had in movie history. Um,
fantastic, and it
People in like
looks
the prosthetic industry will even say that the like xenomorph, which is the alien,
yes,
um, is like that is some top tier prosthetics.
and they did a really good job of. What works the best is the fact that everything is clouded in darkness, so the alien's able to move around, come out from the shadows, and it's come down from the ceiling, and it works. The suspense is there. It's fantastic. Um, it's what the newer movies really lack because with CGI they can just make the xenomorph everywhere, um, attacking them during the day and everything. But the suspense lacks there. It takes it's taking away what this movie really did really well, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. Like, I've never been really like looking at anything critical when it comes to this franchise because I hate being critical of my favorite franchises. Like this and like Jurassic Park, I can't be too critical on things that I would love to have a remake of this movie. But like, I don't think anyone can replace the actress of Ripley.
Yeah, so
That
Jordan
actress,
Weaver is you can't change
that
her.
is Ripley. Like,
Yeah.
there's no one else that can fulfill that role. Jonesy, top tier, love him. But I'm a huge cat lover too, and he's a tabby, so it's
Yeah,
fine.
so overall, I what would you give Alien between 1 and 10? I know it,
I mean, like, my bias is like 10,
yeah.
but like, if I'm looking back at it and trying not to be biased, and if I was to be like a first time watcher of the series, the beginning and the character development, I think would drop it down to a 7 for me.
Yeah.
Um,
I think I'm gonna give it a 7.5. Because the character development definitely brings it down. Some of the plot elements as well, I feel like at the very
yeah,
beginning, it,
yeah, the plot gets a little bit
it
messy
yeah,
and
it gets a
jumbled
little
up.
messy. But the special effects, the tension, and your main character Ripley, and knowing that this was like one of the first times the strong female-led action hero was in a movie, it bumps it up a bit. So I'm gonna say a 7.5 I
No,
was
I agree. Yeah.
if it was to come out today. Um,
Yeah, if it was to come out today, like, I mean, I'd expect a little bit more.
okay, yes,
But
but
if you look at it from when it came out and how it's aged, I think it's kind of aged flawlessly,
yes,
in my opinion.
yes.
But I mean, like, there's a lot of people that don't like the movie. That's okay.
I it's all good. Um, Let us know in the comments below what you think of Alien. What are some of your favorite parts? Do you have a least favorite Alien movie in the franchise? Allie will be sure to look over that. Um, and me and Allie do stream on Twitch Tuesday through Saturday. This is not going to be our last retro review. We're going to have another one come out next week, and uh, we'll give you a little sneak peek of it here. So, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and like always, we will see you in the next one. Later.